The Fall Line is a true crime podcast covering the coldest cases in the southeastern United States and occasionally beyond. We focus on the missing persons, the unsolved murders, and the unidentified does that don't get media attention. Empathetic and intensively researched, The Fall Line will take you on deep dives into unsolved cases that you've never heard of and make you wonder why you haven't. Find us wherever you listen to podcasts.
Hey, I'm a medium, and this podcast is for those who wish to understand the wonderful world of spirit. Where do we go when we die? I'll share stories of mine as a medium and other mediums in our journeys, plus you will hear real-life client readings so that you can know without any doubt that your loved ones in spirit are around you all the time. I'm Jen, and this is the Singing Medium Podcast. Hello and welcome back to the Singing Medium Podcast. I am Jen Abra. I am your host. And did you know that my last name is sounded like Abra, not Abra? I get Abra sometimes. I got abracadabra. I've heard it all. But it is actually Abra, in case you are wondering. And that is also random facts about Jen. It's my maiden name. That's my married name, not my maiden name. It's my married name. Abra. I don't even know where that comes from. I don't know. All I know is we're from Sarnia, and there are the Abra movers there. That's famous. And I don't know what I am going on about. That just came out of my mouth as usual. So thank you so much for listening to this podcast as a random fact about Jen. I still really want to do a random fact episode about me. I want to tell you guys all the weird things that you guys don't know about me. I think that would be really fun. And you'd be if you already think I'm a little bit out there, wait till you hear my other things that you don't even know about. So you never know what someone is actually like. You never know. It's all good stuff. It's just fun stuff. Another random fact about me. You might not know about this about me, but I actually I'm a Potterhead. I have 2 Harry Potter tattoos. I would love to get another tattoo. I do have 3 tattoos in total, and there's one that I regret. I feel like we all have a tattoo we regret, I feel like we all have a tattoo that in the moment we think it's a really good idea, and then we don't think about what will happen 3 years from now where you don't want it on your body anymore. So I'm just leaving it there just to remind me, it happened, it's there. Maybe one day I'll get it removed. It's just a small one, but the 2, I have 2 on my wrist. One is they're both Harry Potter spells. So I am a Potterhead. I love everything Harry Potter. And if you like Harry Potter, I will tell you what house I'm at. What house are you in? I am a Gryffindor. 100%. I don't even need to take the test online. I did take the test and I actually am a Gryffindor, but I know I am a Gryffindor 100%. And I actually had my daughter was going to thrift a Hufflepuff t-shirt away. I said, "What are you doing? Give me that." And she's like, "You're not a Hufflepuff." I'm like, "I don't care. This is Harry Potter." So that's another random fact about Jen. So let's get into the episode today. That's enough random facts about Jen, the singing medium. And as you can probably tell from my voice, I'm feeling a lot better. I went through some stuff. And as we all know, we all go through some stuff. And I went through some stuff. And I'm feeling a lot better, as you can probably tell from my energy. So hopefully you're receiving that. And today's episode is going to be all about Reiki. Even if you're not interested in Reiki, I think you should still listen, because it is about energy. And everything is energy. So you can't be like, "Well, I don't want to talk about energy." Well, you don't want to talk about yourself. You don't want to talk about, your energy field. I think it's really important that we all know about these kind of things, whether or not you're interested in actual Reiki teachings or Reiki healing, anything like that. So here's the lineup for this morning. The podcast is coming out a little bit later because I'm actually just recording this Friday morning. It's almost 10 o'clock, guys. Been very busy, but I wanted to get this in because I really love my consistency energy. So what I did this week on Instagram, elevate.hersoul. If you're not on there, go follow me, elevate.hersoul. I feel a name change coming on again. I feel like about every 2 years I change my name. I just go with the flow. I just flow with it. So, and as you know, if you are following me on Instagram, you will have noticed that I'm amping up my business, and I'm called to do I want to call myself the psychic CEO or something that's really embodies the energy of what I stepped into through my whole like death experience and my whole rebirth, I feel like the name doesn't match anymore. And I have merch, guys. I have merch that says Elevate Her Soul. So I am going to keep that kind of stuff. And if you want a hoodie, seriously, those are the most comfortable hoodies, and they come in like any color that you want. Those are on my website, elevatehersoul.com, if you want to go check that out. I don't actually have any, it's kind of weird. Little history on the website. My website is beautiful. I hired someone named Michael Tenzin to design my website, and it's beautiful. But for some reason, you can't, like, I changed the booking system, and he says that we can't use that booking system on the website. So if you want to book something with me, you either have to go on the website and email me, which is super annoying, or you have to go to Instagram. On Instagram, there is a link in the bio thingy, and you can go ahead and book a reading in there. Now, that being said, I warned you guys the prices were going up, and they went up. And I am okay in my knowing, in my heart of hearts. I am okay if no one wants to book a reading with that price, but I just know that is the value that has attained now, and that's where it's going to stay. And I will still offer some free things. I have ideas for like free little mini courses this summer. I want to do another free group reading, so there's a balance there. There's got to be a balance. So not to worry, if you want to work with me, you could still find a way to work with me. You could still find a way to hang out with me. And let's get started today. So we're talking about Reiki, and I'm going to answer there's only 2 questions that I received, so I'm going to answer those questions about Reiki, and then I will share what I know about Reiki, because I am a Reiki master teacher. Not sure if you know that. I was teaching Reiki for many years, and then all of a sudden I got this feeling, this nudge to slow down and not do it anymore, but only if it was calling. So like if someone reached out to me, instead of me putting out classes, okay, July 25 we're going to do a Reiki 1 class, I stopped doing that. I stopped putting it out and turned it around to a less egocentric kind of way of calling in students who really would like to have their Reiki attunements and learn all about Reiki, and eventually hopefully become a Reiki master one day. And speaking of Reiki master class is at a cottage. On a lake, by nature, with a dock, with some loons, with some beautiful tree energy. And that is October 1st and 2nd, 2022. And I have 2 spots for that. There are 2 spots. I don't want it to be really big. Depending on the size of the cottage, I have posted some pictures in the email. So if you're on my email list, you'll see the pictures of the cottage that I'm going to bring you guys to. And last time, I feel like the last Reiki master class, they sort of got gypped. They had to do it at my house. But I had a nice house in Orangeville, you guys. It was a nice century home. If you've ever been there, you know what I'm talking about, okay? So, Reiki Master Weekend. So that is, I think it's on my website. I think it's, if you Google Elevate Her Soul booking, that comes up right away. It's the first thing that comes up, and Reiki Master should be in there. So grab your spot, and I can't wait to teach you your Reiki Master level. And then after you teach your first class, then you can be a teacher. So you're not deemed a teacher until you teach your first class. So just keep that in mind, all right? Now, here's the thing. If you're going to choose a Reiki Master, I'm going to start here. Choosing a Reiki Master teacher is a very important step. Now, it is ideally you have the same Reiki master through all levels. So in Reiki, there is level 1, level 2, level 3, and master. Okay. Some Reiki masters will skip level 3, which I don't recommend, because that's where you get the master symbol. And so that's how you do it. You have to go 1, 2, 3, and master. Now, there should be a whole bunch of space in between that. You don't have to. I actually had one student who went 1, 2, 3, 4 within like 6 months. Now, I don't know how she's doing, but there's one student who was like, okay, she wants to do that. I'm like, all right, we'll try it out and see what happens. But some will argue that it's better to spread everything out. Some will say it's best to have lots of practice in between, which I get. I think that actually is a good idea, to do some practice in between, get some clients, practice on them, do an exchange, practice your Reiki so you get comfortable with it. It's not necessary, but it is a really good idea. I don't require that, but I do think it is a very, very, very good idea to have practice in between. You got to get your flow going here, So let's see here. Let's start with the questions. I don't have my reading glasses. Oh my gosh. How am I going to read this? Okay. Here's a brand new pair. Haven't taken the tag off yet. If you guys know, I found these really cute reading glasses at the dollar store in town here, and I'm so excited about reading glasses. I don't know why, even though that means I'm old. Okay, now I can read them. All right, so one question that came through about Reiki from Kate Love is, what if you don't completely feel something when you are receiving Reiki? So this is also for people who are interested in receiving Reiki, not just giving Reiki, okay? There really should be some more Reiki shares. There used to be a lot of Reiki shares when, maybe 5 or 6 years ago. I used to go to them, and they're great. If you can find a Reiki share where people who you take turns, so one person, you're partnered up and one person gives you Reiki and then you switch and you give them Reiki, it's really awesome. And you do a meditation and you meet like-hearted people. So she wants to know, what do you do if you don't feel it when you are receiving it? So this has happened to me as well. Now here's the thing. The one thing about Reiki you have to remember, and if you're just, if you don't have any training and you're just receiving, you won't know this, but you do have to get your ego out of it. Ego has no place in Reiki. But of course, we all have our ego. So sometimes it's going to get loud and start chirping at us. So there's no way that if someone is attuned to Reiki, either any level. So Reiki 1, you're not supposed to do it as a business. You can do a business after Reiki 2. Okay. So Reiki 1 is just for self-healing. If you have someone who's only has their Reiki 1, I mean, they just run a practice on their family, that's fine. I always say I'm not the Reiki police. I'm not going to come to your house and say, oh my God, you can't give Reiki to that person. You cannot charge anyone. You cannot have an exchange. It has to be just mostly for self-healing. It has to be, it can be on your family members. Reiki 2 is when you have permission to have a business and charge money for your services and give it to other people. Okay. So the person who's giving Kate Love Reiki should have Reiki 2 or higher. Okay. You don't have to be a Reiki master to have a business. I mean, you do. I mean, you don't have to anyways, you have to get higher than Reiki 2. Okay. That's what I mean. You don't have to go to a Reiki master. You could go to a Reiki practitioner. So Reiki practitioner are those people who have Reiki 2 and 3. Reiki master is someone who's gone all the way and done all of their training all the way up to the top. Okay. So if you don't feel something when you're receiving, it does not mean at all that you are not receiving Reiki. Not at all. Our mind wants us to feel something. Well, I should be feeling something. It has no result on the healing that you have received. Okay? You will get Reiki no matter what, as long as the Reiki practitioner is attuned to Reiki. So you did receive what you need, and our mind is like, well, I didn't feel anything. And the thing that really irks me about people talking about Reiki is they will go to different practitioners and say, well, that Reiki master didn't do a good job, but that Reiki master was awesome, or that Reiki practitioner was amazing. Okay. It's not really about the person, because as I take from David G., we are just the hole in the flute. We are not the healer. So we are attuned. So when you take Reiki 1, 2, 3 year master, you have to go through an attunement process, which is like an initiation to this sacred healing. Some people are like, well, I can just heal people with my hands. That's great. You can heal people with your hands, but if you're not attuned by a Reiki master and have the attunement and have taken the class in person, you are not attuned to Reiki. It's a little bit different because there are symbols involved. So if you just say, well, I can heal people with my hands, that's great, but you don't have any symbols. You don't actually have Usui or Tibetan or the other kind of Reiki. You don't have it, okay? So don't worry if you don't feel it. You still are getting what you need, because we are the holes in the flute. So you can't say, oh, that Reiki master, I didn't feel anything. Well, it's not really the Reiki master anyway, or the Reiki practitioner. It's not even the person giving you Reiki. It's just coming through their hands. I mean, I can't even say they didn't even get a good attunement. It's just not done by us. The attunement is not done by us. Okay. So someone else asked, will Reiki work to heal someone's hands from a tendon overuse work injury? 100%. Yes, it would. I like to share my beautiful past students, their success stories and their healing stories. So I have had students in the past who I have worked with from levels 1 all the way to master. I have one student who actually healed a dog of cancer. I have many stories of people who could start their cars with Reiki. You can basically heal anything. I have another student who just informed me that she helps someone who was really into sports, had a knee injury, and she cured his knee of pain, and now he no longer has pain, who was a skeptic. Okay, so these things, so yes, it will heal someone's hands. Now here's the thing. A Reiki practitioner cannot make you heal. You have to decide that this is going to heal you. I have one story where I had a friend who really hurt her, and she twisted her ankle. And she was a very busy mom. She had many kids. She was busy all the time. She never sat still. She never did anything for herself, and she twisted her ankle. So I said, I'll come over and I'll Reiki your ankle, but I can't promise anything because it has to be for the highest good. So if that mom needed to sit down more, the ankle was there for a reason. The pain was there for a reason to get her to sit down, right? So I could Reiki her ankle all day. It would still help alleviate a little bit of it, but I can't remove the pain because it has to be what's for the highest good. There's no ego involved in Reiki at all. Okay. Keep that in mind. 100%. You can't be like, well, I want you to heal my foot. Doesn't work that way. Sorry, guys. And maybe you didn't know about this. Maybe you didn't know Reiki was like that. There's no ego. I can't put my hands on someone and say, go to their headache. I can't do that. It's not me. It's a high intelligence. It's a consciousness. Reiki is a consciousness, a light consciousness that is very intelligent, smarter than us. Okay. And it goes where it needs to go. So yes, I don't see any reason why it could not help that. And then there was another one of my beautiful students who's actually going on to level 2 in a few weeks. And she approached me. So I'm teaching her and her family. She said, no question, you are a fantastic teacher. Well, I will take that. Thank you very much. I actually do really pride myself on teaching Reiki. That is the one thing, the one class that I teach. And if you've ever worked with me in a Reiki capacity, you know I will always say that this is the one sacred teaching that I take this completely serious. I mean, still make it fun, of course, because I'm a fun kind of gal. But this is the one thing that I follow the manual to the T. I don't veer off because I really understand the magnitude of how sacred this work is. And man, I just make sure everyone is good to go. I make sure the attunements are powerful. I make sure they have powerful results after. And here's the thing. When you sign up for a Reiki class, let's just say you're going to sign up for a Reiki Master for October and you sign up now, Reiki starts working with you now. As soon as you commit, Reiki likes commitment. The consciousness loves commitment. So don't wait until October 1st. Well, you can't because I'll be at the cottage. If you wait till the end of September, and if you do it now, Reiki will start to work with you now and start the healing process now. Isn't that awesome? Okay, so what is Reiki? Now listen, just so you know, I only have studied Usui Reiki. There's Karuna Reiki. There's Holy Fire Reiki. I have only studied Usui, which is the traditional, original type of healing Reiki from Dr. Usui. Okay, so the story goes, in level 1, you learn the history of Reiki. So in the early 20s, Usui did a 21-day practice of fasting and prayer. He climbed this mountain. He climbed up Mount Karuma and he sat there and he was cold and he felt like he needed to go up there and he sat there for 21 days. And I think on the last day, something happened. He was probably delirious from hunger and exhaustion and weather being rained on all the freaking time. But he received some downloads of some Reiki symbols. These symbols were downloaded to him and he ran down the hill and he's like, oh my God, I got to write these down. And he started healing people. He healed over 2,000 people. So that's where the origins of Reiki are coming from. Now, one of my favorite parts, and you learn this in Reiki 1, I believe. There's 5 Reiki principles I really want to share with you because you could use it in your everyday life, you guys. You don't need to have it for Reiki. So the 5 Reiki principles are just for today. Do not worry. Just for today. Do not anger. Just for today, be humble. Just for today, Jake's with me, so you heard him shaking over here. Just for today, be honest. Just for today, be compassionate toward yourself and others. Okay? Those are the Reiki principles that anyone can use in their life. You don't have to have Reiki to use these principles. Okay? So in Reiki level 1, you learn the history and you learn how to self-heal. That's it. Okay. You'll get an attunement in this level and you only receive some symbols. The symbols are very secret. I cannot tell you what the symbols are. If you're a Reiki master, then you get to know what they are. Until you are a Reiki master, you do not get to know. Actually, I think you might get to know level 3. Level 3 is I will be completely honest, my least favorite class to teach, only because it has a weird afternoon to it. So level 3 is called Advanced Reiki Techniques, where you learn how to incorporate crystals. It is very cool. You learn how to incorporate crystals in your healing sessions. And also then there's something weird called psychic surgery, that you make some weird noises and you pull shit out of people. So it's my least favorite one, but I do teach it. Okay. I get through it, you guys. Okay. So level 1 is for yourself and you learn the history. Level 2, it gets cool. Level 2, there is a test. Level 2, you get the 3 symbols. You learn how to draw them. You need how to spell them. You have an attunement where you receive the level 2s. You receive all of those symbols in your attunement. Okay. Level 3, like I just mentioned, and then Reiki Master is a whole weekend. You need a whole weekend of learning because then you learn how to do every single attunement. So it gets a little bit confusing. And there's a whole bunch of symbols. I'm trying to think how many there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a total of 6 symbols that you have to memorize and learn. And you practice on everyone. It's my favorite thing to teach is level 1. Level 1 is my favorite because this is where I teach you, where I add my own spin on this class, where I teach you because it's based on your chakras. Okay, so you have to learn about the chakra system. And I have those dowsing rods and I use them and we practice on each other and I have each student measure everyone's aura. Okay. And then the best part about that is I teach you how to control your aura and be less of an empath. Okay, you guys know I hate that term, but like I teach you how to control your own energy field. Like it's like the most, every time I do this, everyone is in awe and in shock of how powerful they are. And that's what we need to teach you. You're powerful, not in an ego way, but you're powerful. Okay. And you can heal people. You can help someone heal themselves. You can help heal. So, and then Reiki 2, you learn what Reiki 1. I don't have my book here, so I'm a little bit messed up. But you also learn how to heal addictions. You can send Reiki to the future. There's so much, you guys. There's so much awesomeness to Reiki, okay? And like I said, I have gone away from teaching unless someone reaches out to me. So if you would like, I actually had someone reach out this week to ask me to do level 1 for them. So I like this. I like Reiki will bring the people to me. Reiki will bring my students to me. I'm not stressed out about who's coming, who's not coming, and who's coming to the cottage, who's not coming to the cottage. I mean, I would love to have a beautiful group at the cottage, and I trust that that's going to happen. You know why? Because Reiki is going to bring it to me. Reiki is going to bring me my students, and I am not worried about a thing. All right. So one more thing before I go. It's nothing to do with me, nothing to do with Reiki, but I found this new podcast, guys. If you like podcasts, well, you must because you're listening to mine. Colette Baron-Reid has a podcast. Did you know that? Colette Baron-Reid has a podcast. I think it's called Into the Wooniverse or something. And I don't like the word woo-woo at all. That is not a word that I subscribe to. But she had the indigenous medium on there. I can't remember his name is. Sean. Let me just look it up. I was actually listening to the podcast. It was excellent. It was very, very good. Where did it go? Let me see if I can find it. I'm not prepared here, I guess. But yeah, it's Colette Baron-Reid, The Wooniverse, and it's an excellent podcast. Really, really good podcast. Highly recommend. And I don't listen to podcasts. I have my own podcast, but I don't listen to them. But this one I listen to. I couldn't sleep. I have insomnia up the wazoo. I can't sleep. Sorry, last night I did sleep. Okay. But I've had insomnia. I don't know what's going on in the planetary energy. I don't know what's going on with the Schumann resonance. Something was wackadoodle, and I didn't sleep. So I think I slept last night. That's why you can tell me I'm a little bit incohesive with some of the things I'm saying because I'm still a little bit tired. All right. I'm going to leave you guys with that. All right. So Psychic CEO, what do you think? Let me know. What do you think? Psychic CEO. I kind of like it because I want to tell you what's going to happen in your business. I can tell you what's going on in your business. I can tell you so many things. Like I told someone how much money they were going to make. So this is good for like stockbrokers, bankers, realtors, like all of these kind of, I'm not actually doing spirit. I think I mentioned before, I'm not working with spiritual entrepreneurs right now, but I am working with those who are already established in any kind of business. Okay. That's established already. It's not a spiritual business right now. I'm going to tell you how much money you're going to make. I'm going to tell you that your dreams are going to come true. I'm going to see the future for you. I'm going to see you getting a yacht. Like, come on. This is an excellent service. And I do offer free 30-minute Zoom calls or phone calls for you, and I will help you get you on your way. There's no 1-hour services for this, but this is how we do it. All right. Have an amazing weekend. I'll see you guys.